Capricorn, October is a big deal for you. In this month, there is something major coming through. And one of the biggest signs that I'm guided to tell you is the ringing. Listen for the ringing. It's going to guide you in the right direction. So let's take a look at Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of October. Now we're starting off October with this new moon, and it is a big deal. And you may be hearing that ringing at that time. And that ringing is like that open gateway for you to make a time shift, to make the timeline jump, for you to define who you are in a new direction. Be bold and be carefree as you go forward with faith, not hope, but faith. There's a change going on with Capricorn. Now, I have been super busy. Time is going so fast. I know a lot of you have been feeling this. And put in the comments, have you been feeling that there is a difference in the time? It's going so fast, we can't even keep up with it. That is the original timeline. We're switching timelines. And if you've made that timeline jump, you are definitely going to feel it, where it almost is just flows from one to another. Now, you've been through a lot, and what they're saying is when this happens, when you hear this, and again, it can be ringing in your ears, it can be church bells, it can be ringing of your cat. I see a little cat with a little bell, ting, ting, ting. Now that obviously would be for somebody who has a cat that you don't normally hear that bell. But when you hear the ringing, you follow it. That is your cue to stand up and really dive into something different. Now you have the Four of Wands, and this is the month for all kinds of changes. I'm using a new deck, and it's going to be different. It's not a new deck, it's a really old deck. And it brings back some of the old inspiration that's going to help a lot of our zodiac signs, a lot of our people, regardless of your zodiac sign, to achieve a new level. There is a sense of accomplishment around our beautiful Capricorns in the month of October, especially for those of you who have been in this conflicted mind where I feel there's a lot of conflict around people, conflict around, well, we're going to look at different aspects of your life and we'll dive into it. But one of them right off the bat isn't just one area, it is all areas. So let's take a look at what's going on with you. You guys have been going through such a tremendous amount. Some of you have been extremely successful, while others are trying to find your way, stepping on the stones and trying not to fall. And I use that example because that is exactly what it feels like as we go through our ascension process. Now, a lot of us have already ascended, and you have more than one ascension. You don't just go one time through this whole process and everything is hunky-dory. It continues, and it will continue differently for each person, because each trauma that we have stuck inside of us is what we have to dive in and pull out. That's how I have helped so many of my clients, finding that trauma and pulling it out. It's like pulling the thorn out. And that's what I feel a lot of Capricorns have done, pulled the thorn out. And then you have to nurture that wound and heal it until it is all done. And going through all of the stages of grief. And that's what I believe a lot of you have. You've got the Tower card. And the Tower card is what I'm referring to, where this change has really occurred, where people around you weren't the same. Things that you were doing no longer feel fulfilling. All of these differences in you, and it's reflecting like a mirror from your life. When you look at what you were doing or who you were involved with, you're just not feeling it anymore. And then going through this place of being quiet and dormant, almost like the hermit. You've got Temperance, and then you have the Nine of Wands. So with that Four of Wands going into meditation, this Nine of Wands is beautiful. All right, but before that, you've got to take a step back and go into meditation, because when you hear the bells, it's your time to take action. That is your point and your center point to say, I have to speak up, I have to move forward past these people. So if you've been trying to make a break away from people that have hurt you, it is time for you to do that as you go forward. October is really a big month. It's a defining month for Capricorn. a defining month, where September was more of a laid back month where you may have missed a lot of different things. Even your reading wasn't up in the month of September from me. So it's all of these things happen for a reason. There's a reason that I do what I do. It's not that I just didn't like you and I didn't want to post it. It has everything to do with the success and the accomplishments that you are going to achieve in the month of October. This feeling of being abandoned, for those of you who are in that, because we're talking to different groups of people. Some people are literally starting the journey. And no, you're not too late. It is going to be quite a challenge as we go into 2025. Not quite as easy as other people have had it. And trust me, nobody ever has it easy. This spiritual awakening journey is a challenge and it is hard. But through the end of it, that's where the achievement, the goals, the accomplishment comes in. There's a beautiful sense of your bringing back your fire, bringing back that charisma, especially if you have fire in your chart. So those Capricorns who have fire in your chart, particularly Aries is really standing out to me. That is also something in what we just spoke about is for you. But all of those challenges that you went through has everything to do with you rebuilding your future. And that's what October is. Some of you have already started and it's going to escalate. Some of you are just starting as we approach the month of October. This Nine of Wands is talking about feeling burnt out. And I do feel for a lot of you, that's what you've been going through. And you may still be feeling the effects. For some of you, you get excited, you get that fire energy like the Queen of Wands would be. And then you move forward and then you got to sleep. You got to take a step back. You may even be taking on a little bit too much, is what I'm hearing, a little bit too much, putting a little bit too much responsibility. That's what this is saying too. Putting too much responsibility on not only your shoulders, but anybody, those of you who still have people around you, it may be trickling off to them. So if you're too busy to, let's just use a really simple one, to cook dinner for your family, you're too tired, you're too busy, it now goes on to them. And that's maybe a poor example. Remember, that's just hypothetical. But what I really want you to start doing is taking action. Remember, even writing the comment in my videos is going to help you break through the cycle, achieve that goal. But when you hear the ringing of the bells, that's when you want to move forward. Now we're going to take a look at your foundation, your finances, your career, projects, things that really make you feel grounded as a Capricorn. That's a beautiful, beautiful part of your reading. And then we're going to look at family and friends, as well as a little dab into romance. And of course, I will give you the guided message that I hear at the end of the reading. Obviously, I am guided throughout this entire reading. As I see things, I share them with you. And when it comes to your personal foundation, you have the Two of Wands, making a decision on where you want to go. And some of you may have already been going in a direction that you thought was right, but hit a block wall. That block wall is movable. It is movable for a lot of you, not all of you. But you have to really pay close attention, and that's where the ringing of the bells is going to guide you in which direction you want to go. If you've been doing something in your career, in your, for your foundation, I am seeing career, okay? It could be a project, but I really feel it's more earned income than it is financial freedom or passive income, earned income. So if you've been feeling stuck and blocked, there is something coming in for you. I'm also guided to tell you to help you achieve success in this area of your life, actually in all the month of October. They want you to wear or have on you the colors of turquoise. Where was it? Turquoise, gold, and hematite. That's what I was guided to tell you. You can get a little stone like this that has turquoise, gold, and even possibly hematite. You do the research, because that research for you to find that stone, if it carries everything, or a bracelet that may carry all the different colors, that is part of the journey. Now, when it comes to this career endeavor, there's a something, again, achievement. I feel a lot of you, if you haven't broken away from the old traditional career path that you were doing, you're getting ready to. You really are going to learn the new. Okay, they're saying use the new technical instruments, and that would be AI. That would be all of the systems that we have been learning over the last 4 years, very heavily over the last 4 years, even though it's been in play for quite some time. But it got exaggerated from 2020 all the way through now. This is going to be of tremendous benefit for you as you go forward. When it comes to humanitarian projects in your local community, I am seeing definitely a fall area. There's a lot of the beautiful colors of fall. Fall is like this time to let go and cleanse and clear. And that's what happens in the fall. Well, the leaves come off and the tree is bare and it goes dormant. It goes into the hermit mode, right? That hermit mode where when you wake up, now you're moving forward. Some of you are actually going to do it very quickly, and it's going to happen throughout the month of October. And others, it may take a little bit longer, but you're going to see the stages along the way. Call in your divine connection. Use your divine connection. We use our guides, our guardians, to help us until we get our connection, mind, body, and soul aligned with the divine. And once we do that, the divine is in us, and that is you. You are the divine of your own life. And that is coming through for every zodiac sign for the month of October. Remember who you are. Remembering who you are strong when it comes to the foundation of your life. Regardless of what we're talking about, your financial investments, your endeavors. And some of you are going to make a big check out gold. This could be the GLD as far as stock exchange. This may be investing in gold. This may be selling whatever you have that's gold. But I am seeing the word gold when it comes to financial investments. And I don't usually see it that clear, but it's crystal clear for Capricorn. So you may be cashing some things out, but I feel like there's this beautiful plateau of a foundation that has been kind of moving around. Remember, you're in the beginning, you had the Tower card that came out. And these cards are about empowerment, the feminine empowerment, because we've been living in such a masculine, divine masculine society that the divine feminine has been repressed. So inside of us, all right. And as we go forward, that divine feminine comes into balance. When it's in balance, that's when we're connected. That's when you can understand what those bells really are. So when we're looking at family and friends, I feel some of you have really, I see like you've just tuned people out. You don't even talk to a lot of them. I'm not saying that you completely cut them out, although I'm sure you have. Let us know if you were one that cut them out or you still have some of these individuals around you. I feel that a group of them, not all of them, but a group of them, 2, 3, maybe 4 people that have been in your circle for many, many years, for a very long time, they were not necessarily an asset in your life and you recognize it. So here's the hand, like, you're just pushing them aside. So some of you just set them aside so you could focus to go forward. Bravo, that is an accomplishment in itself. But they are definitely saying it's time for you to consider whether or not that's part of that Two of Wands energy, is making a decision if they're going to come with you as you make this timeline jump, as you go further into this new beginning that you are or already have started. You have the Queen of Wands. It's beautiful energy. I mean, the King of Wands. It's a beautiful energy. Both of these cards, you have the King and the Queen of Wands. This is a big balance, but when it comes to family and friends, it may have been your mother, father, it may have been brother, sister, 2 different people. But what it's really saying is a repeat of what I just said, the balance in you, the divine masculine, the inner divine feminine. You are the one. You line up to be the one. And that's what this whole journey teaches actually doesn't teach us, it reminds us of what we once knew, but we forgot. And we forgot because we're keeping up with the Jones, we're keeping up with timelines, we're listening to things that really aren't even our business. And I feel that one of these 3 or 4 people was a busybody. They told a lot of stories, they shared things with other people that weren't necessarily they gossiped. Okay, we're just going to cut through the chase. They gossiped a lot. And they may have gossiped about you or about somebody that you truly care about, or it clicked like a ringing of a bell. It clicked and you saw who you're dealing with. Whoever this individual is or people are, I do see that they're coming back around you. One in particular, they're showing me, and it'll be a little different so for each of you, so weigh this out. But they are showing me a vision of one person coming in needing help. Now, I feel this is the person who really created a lot of drama, a lot of trauma. And whether you choose to talk to them or not is it's your own unique choice. However, there is a benefit by being around this individual. Only for a brief time for some of you. That's just long enough to see, did they change? Did they grow? For others, there's something there that you're going to help them on a subconscious, unconscious, the spiritual aspect of sub is unconscious level. You're going to help them on an unconscious level to have their own breakthrough. And then you're going to walk away. It's like, okay, I triggered you like how I've triggered so many of you, right? We go into the nitty gritty of things we don't want to see, we don't want to hear, we don't want to talk about. If you've worked with me in session, that's what we do. So I feel that this is a big part for some of you. You're going to trigger somebody. It may be the words that you say. It may be you picking up that little cat and jingling the bell on the collar of the cat. Whatever it is, you're going to trigger that person. And they are going to finally see the wrongs that they did, not only to you, to many people, because gossip it's evil. It is evil. It creates a negative pattern in the background that people can't see, but they definitely can feel. Now, when it comes to this other side of what you're dealing with, family and friends, you have the Ace of Cups. So some of you are going to reconnect and there is going to be love coming back around for the family, particularly those of you who've been separated 3-4 years is what I'm seeing. 3 to 4 years is quite some time. And yes, people can get a clue. They can get a hint. They can go through their own journey. But I feel with this particular situation, it's your absence that helped the healing process. Now, I know it was part of your journey, and for many of you, you took it, you grabbed onto it and said, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't even know why I'm going through this stupid spiritual journey, because it is not a fun thing to go through, but the rewards is so important. That's where we understand the difference between hope and faith. Check out my new blog that I just posted on my website. The link will be right here and on my website itself. Now, as we look at relationships, romantic relationships, this very well could be a romantic partner that we're talking about for some of you, but I don't really see it that way unless they had their family and friends standing behind them. So I'd see your partner, the person you were with, the person you are with, this individual that has still been connected to you. It takes a while to disconnect. And even when you're disconnected, there's still things that are going to come through because they're in their healing journey and we get tested along the way. But I feel that there is this push behind your partner that was really causing some aggravating your situation, whatever it has been, that you have not been harmoniously in balance. There's another group of you, I see that you are completely in tune with each other, and you may have started that part of the journey with the two of you just in the last year or so, where things are starting to get it better, where things start to feel really good. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and that's what I'm talking about, the nurturing, the growth of the relationship, the healing of whatever was going on. There is a possibility for those of you who are still dealing with this person who gossips, your partner, okay, whoever it is very strong in Capricorn's reading. And I really feel that it could be your romantic partner with the family behind them. You know, they're dealing, they got their family, their mom, dad, sister, brother, whoever it is, going, yeah, da 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 da. And it affected you so deeply that you pulled away from this relationship. And now that they see you're pulling away and either getting ready to leave or you've already left, they have been triggered into their journey. So for some of you, both of this message, the family friend and the romance, is the same. But this beautiful energy of deep rooted healing is coming through for Capricorn, and you are an earth sign. So this is the queen of earth. This is Mother Nature coming in and helping you get grounded, particularly those of you who live in what I'm being shown is like a real foresty area. Okay, and I saw that before I came onto your reading, a very foresty area, a lot of pine trees, and they're saying, I'm hearing organic. It's an organic setting. This is like a natural habitat. So this would be a state park, something that has been in existence for a very long time, especially if it has large rocks and a stream of water, kind of like a small trickling kind of waterfall. Let us know if that's you. Is that where you go to get grounded, or is it in your nearby area where you can go there and sit and understand, go there with your partner? That will ground the two of you together if you're trying to make this relationship work. Now, for those of you who are looking for love, I feel there's a sense of accomplishment in the love area. This is beautiful because you do not know this person. This is in the future. So if you've ever watched me before, Capricorn, I hear it over here. I feel the messages, and that's what I'm sharing with you. They're guiding me through these messages. But I see the visions past, present, future, and this is in the ethers. You haven't even seen it yet. You don't know it exists, but it's getting ready to come down. But there's this beautiful energy of meeting somebody new, and it's very healthy. It's super wonderful because I see Capricorn smiling. You're smiling, you're happy, you're delighted with what's going on, and you've got the Two of Cups. And tell me, these cards, they follow what I'm talking about. I don't read the cards follow my guidance. So this Two of Cups is representing the lovers. This is, I mean, the Two of Cups is a soulmate, the beautiful connection. Two people perfectly aligned with each other. That's what I see coming in for you when it comes to a new partner. Now, I do feel you're going to meet this new partner in a public environment, and it's like a community center, a community gathering, and there's something beautiful about it. There's music in the background. If you're going to a concert, you may meet them there. But it's not like a rock and roll or loud concert country. You know, it's not a loud concert. This may be somebody playing the cello in the park, or the flute in a community event. That's where I'm seeing, that's where you're going to meet this new person. If you've already met them in a public area similar to what I'm talking about, let us know. Now let's see what the guides actually want you to know, because there's something amazing about Capricorn at this time. The month of September, as I had said before, they're saying the month of September was really about you letting go, and now you get to make this big switch over. And some of you are hesitating. Do not hesitate, because you are surrounded with a layer of protection. A layer of protection because you have faith now. You understand the unseen divine connection that you have. And they want you to use that connection. If you ever feel out of balance, they're saying call them in. I have all my guides here today. It isn't just one or two. My guide Allie is always with me. Archangel Michael is always with me. But there is about 4 or 5 with me today. I'm in a different environment. As you can see from my background, I am traveling, and they are here to help not only me in these readings, but in my own life for protection. And that's what they want you to do as you go forward. Capricorn, I hope you have an amazing October. I love to read your comments, and much love.